Hello everybody, this is Atlas here, and today I am going to be bringing you a little bit of a different project than I usually do. Okay, so yeah, today we will be doing an adventure based off of Pokemon Y. So okay, I'm going to be explaining a little bit of what we're doing, why we're doing it, and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so pretty much this is a passion project that I've been making for a really long time. Like, I started making this project maybe like 2 years ago, and then I just, sort of made it when I felt like it. Because, as you know, I love doing, balance patches and like taking care of meta and all that sort of stuff. So I decided a long time ago that I wanted to do that for a Pokemon game, a mainline Pokemon game, right? And so this is kind of what happened, okay? So this is Pokemon C'est la vie, which in French means, it's life, it is what it is type thing. It's based off Pokemon Y. I chose Pokemon Y because I thought it was a really good platform for me to be actually, able to change the game. My favorite gen, as you guys may already know, is like Platinum, so Gen 4. Gen 5 I think is also really peak Pokemon. I decided to go to Gen 6 here with Pokemon Y because at this point we already have Mega Evolutions and I love Mega Evolutions. And I also feel like Pokemon Y is like a really well-designed game. And like the only real big fault that Pokemon Y had was just balance issues, as well as the game being way too easy. And so I just felt like it was a really good platform for me to tweak. I could have also done this in Omega Ruby / Alpha Sapphire, but I felt like it wasn't quite the game that I wanted to be doing. I felt like this one was a little bit cooler than just doing a remake. And I could have done this in Alola as well. But personally, I didn't like Alola as a game, so I felt like this was like the perfect game for me to actually change. Okay, so what has actually changed? So the whole point of the balance changes that I did for this Pokemon game was to make it so the game felt like it used to feel when we were like young and starting to play. Like, I remember starting my adventure Pokemon Platinum, and the game was challenging. Everything was new. Like, every Pokemon was its own little tiny adventure, and that's kind of what I wanted to make with this Pokemon Y, and also just tackle a lot of the balancing issues that Pokemon tends to have. Because truly, like, there's a lot of really cool, well-designed Pokemon in this game that you just never play because they're just not competitive at all. And yes, of course, in a Let's Play, in a playthrough, in just a regular game, you can use whatever you want. But that's usually because the games are super easy and it doesn't really matter what you play. But I wanted to change that. So, yeah, first things first, the trainers are a lot stronger. Not all of them, I didn't change all of the trainers, but like the major battles, so you battles against your rivals, the evil team, the gym leaders, etc. They are challenging, and they're supposed to be challenging, okay? And then I also changed majorly the Pokemon. So I went through every single one of the Pokemons, and I changed a lot of things. So what I did was pretty much trying to make it so every Pokemon in the game has a reason to be there. Like, every Pokemon is like playable, or at least, that's what I try to do. I still have not played this game because I wanted to the first time I play it, I want it to be like recorded, so like I get a real reaction. And by the way, I have made most of these changes like a year ago probably. So even though I know what they are, I won't remember them until I actually get to them, okay? But yeah, balance patches to every Pokemon. They were made it so, like, they're not all super strong. Obviously, it's impossible to make it so every Pokemon is super strong. It would just be impossible balance-wise. But they all, like, even if they aren't super strong, they all have a tiny unique thing that they can do now, which makes them still playable, still fun, still useful, which is what we want. So, for example, this is just a really interesting one for me, like Kricketune. Kricketune on regular games is a trash Pokemon. Nobody wants to use Kricketune, right? So what I did, for example, on Kricketune, is that I made it so Kricketune now is, for example, Bug Normal, which is a much better typing. And then now it just has better stats, and now it's like specifically a Pokemon focused on like Perish Song, which again, it's a mechanic that we don't really use, but if you see Kricketune now, like it actually, you know, it gets Perish Song as a level up, it gets now normal type moves, it becomes a much better Pokemon. Then for example, Sock and Throw, which again, two fighting types which nobody ever uses because they're just completely underpowered compared to everything else. So what I did with them, I made them prototypes for Urshifu, right? So Throw is fighting Dark, Sock is fighting Water, which again kind of fits their color scheme as well, which I do like. And I kind of molded them into being a lot more useful Pokemon. Okay. So stats changed, abilities changed, typings changed. There's also moves that were changed, like a lot of different moves were made in order to become more balanced. For example, bug types in general, there's a lot of bug type attacks that now inflict torment on your opponent, which again was a condition that wasn't really used, like torment. Do you guys even know what torment does? Because I feel like there's a lot of people that don't even know what torment does. So torment is a status condition that makes it so you can't use the same move twice in a row, okay? So bug types, a lot of bug type attacks now have the chance to torment your opponent when they hit. Which means, like, for example, if you're fighting like a fire type, they just use a fire type move. You come in with your bug type, you hit them with, for example, Bug Bite, I think it has the torment chance. And now maybe the fire type Pokemon can't use Flamethrower against you because it's now tormented. It can't use it twice in a row, right? It just adds a little bit more dimension. It makes bug types stronger, which I do really like. I also just made it so every type sort of has the same basic building blocks. So, for example, let's say electric type, right? If you think of a good, reliable, special electric type attack, you would say Thunderbolt, right? It's just a really good move, it's standard. It always hits pretty much. It's just good damage. Overall, super reliable, right? What's the physical equivalent of that? Right? I think you have two options. It's Thunder Punch or like Wild Charge. Thunder Punch does not compare to Thunderbolt in terms of just raw damage, right? And Wild Charge has recoil. So what I did was that I boosted Thunder Punch to have 85 power. So now it's a lot more comparable to Thunderbolt, right? So I pretty much did this to like every single typing so that they have at least a good, strong, reliable option. And then I also like changed a couple of moves to have cooler effects, etc. And I also changed the TMs list so that like all the TMs make more sense in terms of balancing. Like every type, when it comes to TMs, has a reliable special move, a reliable physical move, and then like a cool, like a damaging but still like with an extra effect. So for example, electric types, I believe the TM that they have with like the extra one is like Wild Charge. You know, it still does damage, but it also raises your special attack, you know? So that's kind of what I did. Or like fire types have like Flame Charge, you know? That sort of thing. The shops were also changed so that you can get access to pretty much all the items that you're going to need. And also I changed a lot of the pricing for items. So for example, you can now like use Focus Sash on a playthrough. Because previously, they were super expensive to get, super annoying to get, and it's just, you use it once and it's done, you know? Now, you can actually just buy Focus Sashes and just You know, they're really not that expensive, so you can buy multiple of them and just use them whenever you need them, right? I've also changed the gift Pokemon. So the starters are mostly going to be remaining the same, and I'll talk about it later. But your gift Pokemon, the gift Pokemon that you have from Sycamore, they are changed. They are changed to 3 Pokemon that I think were like really cool experiments for the game that I think you guys are going to enjoy. Yeah, I'm just going to now open up my changelog for you guys to check it out. So yeah, of course, this is still a demo. So you guys, it's a demo. Don't expect everything to be perfect. I'm expecting some things to be still buggy. We are going to fix it. It's going to be fine. This is just some things that I put. This is like a thing you can download, just so you know like how to play it and stuff. Yeah, this is also a really cool one. Luxray is now electric and dark, which is just really nice to see. Oh, I guess you guys can't see my pen now, can you? There you go. So Luxray is electric dark, which I think is really cool. Yeah, there's just a lot of things. This is also super important, the type changes. I was very like debating over whether or not I should be making type changes. I ended up doing them just for balancing, okay? They're on the screen. I pretty much just buffed bug types because they were terrible. I slightly nerfed fairy types. I also did a bit of a defensive nerf onto water types and buffed poison, which is super important. And then I just nerfed steel. Steel was just a really strong type overall, and I just felt like it didn't make sense for steel to be this good. And also made rock slightly more defensive. Yeah, this is what I was talking about, the TMs and stuff. The shiny odds are also boosted. You are expected to see more shiny Pokemon, which I think is just nice, you know. Personally, I feel like in every playthrough, we should see like 3 shiny Pokemon or something, you know, that sort of thing. Again, not in the actual game, because there's a lot of people who take like a lot of fun in just hunting for shiny Pokemon. But in a Let's Play like this, where we're not actually going to play that much past post-game, I feel like it was like super nice if we could get like more shiny Pokemon. Yeah, like I said, shiny Pokemon 2.5, so 1 in 40, you're expected to see a shiny Pokemon. There are some gameplay recommendations that I also have. I don't think people should Nuzlocke this. The game is supposed to be hard. Again, I have not tried it. We're going to try it together here. But I made it so like the trainers have like proper teams and the AI is like set onto the maximum level. We will see how tough they actually are. So I don't think you should Nuzlocke it. I think you're going to get destroyed. Or you're just going to be really focused on like, you know, min-maxing what you're doing. You'll have to like study each battle, which some people take a lot of joy in that. Me personally, I don't think it fits the game, but again, it's a game. Have fun. Do what you feel like it's going to be fun for you. Yeah. Like, yeah, I don't think you should Nuzlocke it. I think you should go onto it and just see what happens, okay? I do think, however, of the Nuzlocke rules, first encounter is the Pokemon you take is very good. So like you go into route and you see like, I don't know, a Weedle. You don't really want the Weedle, but if you have this rule in place, you'll have to take the Weedle and you have to see, you know, what Beedrill is actually going to do. And on a game where every Pokemon has at least some changes to it and they're made to be more balanced, I think you might just fall in love with a lot more Pokemon if you just take the first Pokemon that you see. So I do very much so recommend that. And yeah, this is also, oh, not that. Opa, I don't even know what I did that. There's also, yeah, randomized versions. So this is what I plan to do. Because I know not everybody, you know, has the capacity to randomize this. I am going to be doing, like, I'm going to give away the game, of course. There will be a version with just the only like Pokemon changes will be the gift Pokemon that Sycamore gives you. So instead of Bulbasaur, Squirtle, and Charmander, you'll have the 3 that I chose. But besides that, everything will be default Kalos. And then I'm going to be randomizing, I think, 3 different versions of the game, so that you guys can have like at least 3 different adventures that you can have on the game, and just check it out. I am going to be doing like a 4th one, just for myself, just for this channel, so that you guys also see a different version. Because I do think randomized is better, because you get to see a lot more Pokemon that you normally wouldn't. And yeah, I think that's it. That will be the game, really. Oh shit, I guess you guys weren't seeing the game. Oh, that's so annoying. But wait. Oh, this is what you guys should have been seeing. Oh no. Professional YouTuber, of course. I'll be fine. You guys can see the audio. Yeah. Pokemon C'est la vie. I'm going to now do a little segment on choose your starter. I'm going to start the adventure and then just go into that phase and just show you guys. But besides that, like, I hope you guys are excited for this new journey for our channel. I'm going to try to like upload a like new episode like twice a week. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, very excited to have you guys here. Let me know if you guys would like me to like stream this as well, because I could technically stream this. I have never streamed before, so it's going to be a mess, but it should be fun. Yeah, thank you so much. Hope you guys check it out. And yeah, have a good one. Choose my starter, please. Oh, it's the starters. Oh my god. Wait. Okay, these are going to be the starters. These are going to be the starters. I'm scared. Oh my god. Please. Oh!